In the ancient lands of the north, where the sea met the sky and the mountains whispered secrets of old, the sagas of Norse mythology were born. These rich stories paint a vivid picture of a world inhabited by gods, giants, and an array of mythical creatures, each playing a pivotal role in their own unique way. Norse mythology is not just a collection of stories, it's a reflection of the life, beliefs, and understanding of the world by the Norse people. It's a universe where the elemental forces of nature take on personas, where every fjord and every tree has its own spirit, and where every shadow hid a creature from the other world. In this realm, the lines between the natural and the supernatural blurred, creating a world rich in magic, adventure, and mystery. Let us delve into the realm of Norse mythology and explore some of its most iconic beings and monsters. This will be a long one, so sit back, relax, and immerse yourself into a world of myths, creatures, and legends. Ymir, in Norse mythology, is the progenitor of all giants and one of the first beings to come into existence. Where the ice of Niflheim met the heat of Muspelheim existed Ginnungagap. Within this void, the ice melted under the intense heat, giving birth to Ymir at the dawn of time. Ymir's existence is pivotal in the Norse creation myth. Ymir ultimately met his end at the hands of Odin and his brothers. From Ymir's body the world was formed. His flesh became the land, his blood the seas, his bones the mountains, and his hair the trees. His skull created the sky, held aloft by 4 dwarfs. Ymir's legacy in Norse mythology is profound, as his body is the literal foundation of the world tree, Yggdrasil, and the 9 realms. Ymir's story is a powerful representation of the Norse view of the universe as a place born from both conflict and unity. His role in Norse cosmology illustrates the cyclical nature of life and the belief that destruction is often the precursor to creation. In the Norse creation myth, Audhumla, the primeval cow, played a crucial role. Arising from the melting ice in Ginnungagap immediately after Ymir, she nourished him with her milk. Audhumla licked the ice for sustenance, and as it melted, Buri, the ancestor of the gods, was revealed. Audhumla's role in the creation myth symbolizes nourishment and the life-giving aspects of nature. Her actions led to the birth of the first gods, setting the stage for the events of Norse cosmology. Audhumla reflects the Norse culture's reverence for the natural world as a source of life and sustenance. While not a being or monster, but in a sense still living, Yggdrasil, the immense ash tree in Norse mythology, stands as the central and most sacred structure of the Norse cosmological universe. This colossal tree spans and connects the 9 realms, forming the backbone of the cosmos and serving as a metaphorical bridge between all realms of existence, from the gods to mankind to the forces of nature and the underworld. Yggdrasil's roots and branches extend far into various worlds. One root reaches to Asgard, home of the gods, another to Jotunheim, the land of the giants, and a third to Niflheim, close to the well Hvergelmir and the dragon Níðhöggr. These roots, despite being spread across different realms, symbolize the interconnectedness of all aspects of the universe in Norse belief. The tree is not just a passive observer, but an active participant in the cosmos' fate. It suffers daily as it provides sustenance and support to the various beings that inhabit its structure. The 4 stags, Dáinn, Dvalinn, Duneyrr, and Duraþrór, played a significant role as they graze upon the branches of Yggdrasil. These mystical creatures are not merely passive inhabitants, but active participants in the maintenance and life cycle of this cosmic tree. Each stag has its own identity and symbolism, representing various aspects of nature and the cosmos. Dáinn, whose name can be translated to dead or the dead one, symbolized the inevitable decay that feeds new life. Dvalinn, translating to dormant or the sleeper, represented the dormant energies of nature and the cycle of rebirth. Duneyrr, derived from thunder, symbolized the vitality and force of nature. Lastly, Duraþrór, meaning thriving slumber, represented the enduring and persistent nature of life. The stags eating the branches of Yggdrasil are more than a mere act of grazing. They are part of the cyclic process of destruction and regeneration that is central to Norse cosmology. Their actions ensure that Yggdrasil remains a dynamic entity, constantly changing and evolving, much like the universe it represents. Ratatoskr, a squirrel in Norse mythology, scurries up and down Yggdrasil, carrying messages between the eagle perched atop Yggdrasil and the dragon dwelling at its roots. This mischievous creature is known for stirring trouble, often twisting the messages to sow discord between the eagle and the dragon. Ratatoskr's role in Norse cosmology goes beyond mere mischief. He represents the flow of information and the power of words, both to unite and to create conflict. His actions serve as a reminder of the impact of communication and the potential consequences of misinformation. Níðhöggr, the Malice Striker, is a fearsome dragon in Norse mythology, residing beneath the roots of the world tree, Yggdrasil. This formidable creature gnaws at the roots of Yggdrasil, threatening to disrupt the balance of the cosmos. Níðhöggr's existence is a constant threat to the well-being of Yggdrasil, as it gnaws at the roots, seeking to bring about destruction and chaos. Níðhöggr, also known as the Malice Striker, is more than just a dragon. It is a symbol of the destructive forces of envy, spite, and malice. The dragon's actions are a reminder of the ever-present danger these forces pose to the world's order and stability. In the Norse world, where the balance between creation and destruction is precarious, Níðhöggr's role is crucial, as it represents the darker aspects of the world and the human psyche. Perched at the edge of the world, in the realm of Norse mythology sits Hraesvelg, the giant eagle. His abode is at the top of Yggdrasil, where he sits in the form of an eagle with immense wings. Hraesvelg's role in Norse cosmology is significant. It is said that when he flaps his wings, he creates the wind that sweeps across all the realms. This majestic eagle symbolizes the power of nature, the force of the wind, and the interconnectedness of the world. He is a reminder of the vastness of the universe and the intricate balance that sustains it. Tales of Hraesvelg often highlight his interactions with other mythical creatures, such as the squirrel Ratatoskr, who carries messages up and down Yggdrasil. These stories underscore the complexity of the Norse cosmos, a world where every creature, no matter how large or small, has a role to play in the grand tapestry of life. The Norns are three powerful maidens who hold a significant place as the weavers of fate. Urd, Verdandi, and Skuld dwelled by the well of Urd near the roots of Yggdrasil, the world tree. They are responsible for determining the destiny of gods and men, weaving the threads of life with unerring precision and wisdom. Each day, the Norns draw water from Urd's well and pour it over Yggdrasil to prevent its branches and roots from decaying. This act symbolizes the cyclical nature of life, death, and rebirth, integral to Norse cosmology. The Norns are often compared to the Greek goddesses of fate, the Moirai, but are distinct in their active involvement in the events of the world, often interacting with gods and mortals alike. The Norns represent the inescapable destiny that binds every being in the cosmos. Their decisions are not arbitrary but based on the cosmic laws and the deeds of each individual. Urd's focus on the past, Verdandi's on the present, and Skuld's on the future embody the Norse understanding that one's fate is a combination of past actions, present choices, and future consequences. The Jotnar, or giants, were among the most prominent and powerful beings in Norse mythology. Diverse in their nature and roles, they often found themselves in conflict with the Aesir gods, representing the untamed forces of nature and chaos. Notable Jotnar include Bogi, a giant associated with the story of Odin and the mead of poetry; Aegir and Ran, the sea giants who personified the ocean's dangers; Thrym, who stole Thor's hammer Mjolnir; Utgarda Loki, known for his trickery and illusions; Ymir, who went fishing with Thor; Farbauti and Laufey, the parents of Loki; Skadi, the ski goddess and giantess of winter; and Thiazi, who kidnapped the goddess Idun. These giants, through their interactions and conflicts with the gods, underscore the Norse belief in the balance between order and chaos, creation and destruction. The Jotnar were not just adversaries to the gods, They were essential to the Norse understanding of the world, embodying the natural and chaotic elements necessary for the world's balance. The Aesir are the primary pantheon of gods in Norse mythology, residing in Asgard. Key figures among the Aesir include Odin, the wise and all-seeing chief; Thor, the god of thunder and protector of mankind; Frigg, Odin's wife and goddess of marriage and motherhood; Tyr, the god of war and justice; and Baldur, the beloved god of beauty and light. Each of these gods plays a crucial role in Norse cosmology. Odin's quest for knowledge, Thor's battles against the giants, Frigg's foresight, Tyr's sacrifices for the greater good, and Baldur's tragic death are all central themes in Norse mythology. The Aesir represents various aspects of life, from wisdom and war to love and justice, reflecting the values and beliefs of the Norse people. The Vanir, another group of gods in Norse mythology, are associated with fertility, wisdom, nature, and the ability to foresee the future. They ruled over the realm of Vaniheim and were the complete opposite to the Aesir gods. While the Aesir were of a more brutal, warlike nature, the Vanir were more peaceful. Notable among the Vanir were Njord, the god of the sea, wind, and wealth; Freyr, Njord's son associated with fertility, sunshine, and rain; and Freya, Njord's daughter, a goddess of love, fertility, and beauty. The Aesir-Vanir War, a significant event in Norse mythology, was a conflict between these two divine families, ending in a truce and exchange of hostages. This integration symbolized the unification of different aspects of life and the world. The Vanir's attributes complement those of the Aesir, emphasizing the importance of balance between various forces and aspects of life. In the ethereal and luminous realm of Alfheim, the Elves, known as Alfar in Norse mythology, dwelled in a world that is as mystical as it is mysterious. Alfheim, one of the 9 worlds and situated on the higher level of the cosmic tree Yggdrasil, is the domain of these enigmatic beings, often described as luminous, ethereal, and otherworldly. The Elves of Alfheim are divided into 2 main types, the Light Elves and the Dark Elves. The Light Elves, considered to be benevolent and fairer than the sun to look at, are often associated with the divine and the pure. They reside in the heavenly parts of Alfheim. The Dark Elves, or Dökkalfar, dwell in the underground and are often described as being more malevolent and akin to dwarves in their demeanor and appearance. The Dark Elves are also thought to be the same as the dwarves, but that is up for debate. Elves play a significant role in Norse mythology and are often considered as semi-divine beings. They are known for their beauty, magic, and ethereal nature. The Elves are associated with fertility and the natural world, often revered and worshipped by humans and considered guardians of nature, bringing blessings or curses dependent on how they are treated. Tales and legends depict the Elves as possessing powerful magical abilities, capable of both healing and harm. They are often invoked in various Norse rituals and practices related to health and fertility. The Light Elves, in particular, are seen as beings of goodness and light, symbolizing the ethereal and untouchable aspects of the world. The Dwarves of Norse mythology are master craftsmen and magicians, living in the realm of Nidavellir, which was thought to be beneath the earth or in the stones of the mountains. Renowned for their skill in metallurgy and craftsmanship, they created some of the most legendary artifacts in Norse myths. The dwarves Fjalar and Galar were known for their cunning. In a dark tale, they killed the wise giant Kvasir and made mead from his blood, which granted anyone who drank it the gift of poetry and scholarship. This mead became a coveted treasure among gods and men alike. Alvis, another dwarf, famous for his wisdom, was outsmarted by Thor. He came to claim Thor's daughter in marriage, but Thor kept him talking until dawn, when the sunlight turned Alvis to stone, as dwarves must not be exposed to daylight. The sons of Ivaldi and the brothers Sindri and Brokr also played crucial roles in Norse myth. They were responsible for creating some of the most iconic items, such as Odin's spear Gungnir and Thor's hammer Mjolnir. These stories highlight the dwarves' ingenuity and their importance in the Norse cosmological structure. Trolls in Norse mythology are as varied as the landscapes they inhabit. From the mischievous forest trolls to the menacing mountain trolls, these creatures have captivated the imagination for centuries. Trolls are often portrayed as living far from human settlements, in places untamed and unexplored. They are commonly associated with particular natural landmarks, mountains, caves, or dense forests, which they are thought to protect or inhabit. Forest trolls are often depicted as tricky, using their cunning to outsmart travelers and challenge heroes. They are embodiments of the mysterious and untamed nature of the forests. Mountain trolls, on the other hand, are seen as brutish and fearsome, often clashing with gods and men in epic battles. Other trolls are depicted as relatively benign, albeit mischievous, creatures that could interact with humans, either causing minor troubles or offering help. One of the key characteristics of trolls in these myths is their aversion to sunlight. Many stories recount how trolls turn to stone upon exposure to the sun, a trait that highlights their connection to the ancient and primal aspects of the world. Trolls play various roles in Norse folklore, from acting as antagonists in tales of heroism and adventure, to serving as cautionary figures in stories, teaching respect for the wild places of the world. They are often used to personify the dangers that lurk in the wilderness and to remind humans of the power and mystery of nature. In the fiery depths of Muspelheim, one of the 9 realms of Norse mythology, dwells Surtr, the mighty fire giant. With his flaming sword, Surtr is a fearsome figure, embodying the destructive power of fire. Surtr's role in the Norse apocalypse, Ragnarok, is pivotal. He is destined to lead the fire giants in a great battle against the gods, setting the world ablaze. The clash of Surtr and the gods symbolizes the inevitable cycle of destruction and rebirth that is central to Norse cosmology. Surtr's fiery end to the world is not just a tale of destruction, but also a necessary precursor to renewal. His role underscores the Norse belief in the cyclical nature of the universe, where every end is a new beginning. Surtr, in all his fiery wrath, represents the transformative power of destruction, clearing the old to make way for the new. In the dark, unfathomable depths of the ocean encircling Midgard, the realm of humans, lies Jörmungandr, the world serpent. This colossal beast, one of the 3 children born from the union of the trickster god Loki and the giantess Angrboda, was cast into the sea by Odin. There it grew so vast that it could encircle the entire world and grasp its own tail. Jörmungandr represents the omnipresent nature of the sea, both sustaining and threatening. It is a creature that embodies the Norse understanding of the world as a place of constant struggle and balance. The serpent's release of its tail signifies the onset of Ragnarok, the end of the world. As the eternal nemesis of Thor, the god of thunder, Jörmungandr is fated to engage in a cataclysmic battle with him during Ragnarok. Thor will defeat the serpent, but will only walk 9 steps before succumbing to its venom, a stark reminder of the inevitability of fate and the intertwined destinies of all beings in Norse mythology. In the annals of Norse myth, few creatures evoke as much awe and fear as Fenrir, the great wolf. Another child born from Loki and the giantess Angrboda, Fenrir was raised among the gods. However, as he grew in size and strength, the gods, fearing his potential for destruction, decided to bind him. The binding of Fenrir is a tale of deceit and broken promises, symbolizing the complex relationship between fate and free will. The gods tricked Fenrir into being bound by the magical ribbon Gleipnir, forged by dwarves from the sound of a cat's footsteps, the beard of a woman, the roots of a mountain, the sinews of a bear, the breath of a fish, and the spittle of a bird. In other words, the chains were crafted from things that do not exist, and therefore, it would be futile to resist against it. Despite his imprisonment, the prophecy foretold that Fenrir would break free during Ragnarok, leading to his ultimate battle with Odin, where he would swallow the Allfather whole. Fenrir's story is a powerful metaphor for the primal forces of nature and chaos, always lurking at the edges of the ordered world, waiting for the moment to break free. In addition to the mighty Fenrir, there were other wolves that held a special place, embodying various aspects of the universe. Sköll and Hati, the giant wolves, are known for their relentless pursuit of the sun and moon across the sky. Fathered by Fenrir, these celestial chasers represent the ever-present threat to cosmic order. Their pursuit is said to end with Ragnarok, where they will finally catch and devour these celestial bodies, plunging the world into darkness. On the other hand, Geri and Freki are the loyal companions of Odin, the Allfather. These wolves sit at Odin's feet, feeding on the meat that Odin, who consumes only wine, gives them. They symbolize the warrior aspect of Odin and the qualities of loyalty and guardianship. In the grand feasts of Valhalla, Geri and Freki are ever present, embodying the spirit of the warrior's companionship and loyalty. Together, these wolves represent the dual nature of Norse cosmology, the destructive and the protective, chaos and order, end and sustenance. In the cold, shadowy realms of the underworld lies Hel, the goddess who presides over Helheim, the realm of the dead. Hel, the daughter and the last child of Loki and Angrboda, was appointed by Odin to rule over this realm. She's often depicted as a figure of dual nature, half alive and half dead, embodying the thin line between life and death. Hel's realm is the final destination for those who did not die a heroic or notable death. It's a place of rest for the ordinary, away from the glorious halls of Valhalla. Her demeanor is as unforgiving as her kingdom, yet she adheres to the laws of the underworld with strict fairness. The Norse perception of the afterlife as depicted through Hel's domain is starkly different from the Christian notions of heaven and hell. It's a more nuanced understanding of death, reflecting the complexities of life itself. Hel, as a deity, is a reflection of the Norse respect for death and the dead, acknowledging their continued presence in the world's fabric. In these shadowy realms of Norse mythology, Garmr stands as the formidable guardian of Hel's Gate. This gigantic hound, with its fearsome appearance and terrifying howl, was tasked with guarding the entrance to the underworld, ensuring that the dead could not escape and the living could not enter uninvited. Garmr's role in Norse mythology is significant, especially during the events of Ragnarok. It is said that Garmr will break free from its chains during the apocalypse, joining the forces of chaos in the final battle. The clash between Garmr and the god Tyr is one of the many cataclysmic events that mark Ragnarok, symbolizing the breakdown of order and the unleashing of destruction. Garmr's presence at the gates of Hel underlines the Norse concept of death as a transition rather than an end. The guardian hound represents the boundary between life and death, a threshold that is closely guarded and respected in Norse beliefs. In the ancient sagas of Norse mythology, few tales are as gripping as that of Fafnir, a dwarf who transformed into a fearsome dragon. His story begins with greed and avarice, leading to one of the most iconic battles in Norse lore. Fafnir was driven by an insatiable greed after coming into possession of a vast treasure, including the cursed ring of Andvari. This greed led him to commit the unthinkable, murdering his own father, Hreidmar, to gain sole possession of the hoard. The curse of the ring, however, twisted Fafnir, turning him into a monstrous dragon, a fitting embodiment of his greed and isolation. Fafnir's fate is ultimately tied to Sigurd, a legendary hero. Sigurd was guided by the wisdom of his mentor, Regan, who was also Fafnir's brother. Sigurd, in a quest for glory and heroism, confronts Fafnir, slaying him in a dramatic battle. However, the tale takes a darker turn as Sigurd learns of the curse and the true nature of Regan's intentions. Fafnir's story is a moral lesson about the corrupting power of greed and the destructive nature of envy. It serves as a cautionary tale that even the mightiest can fall victim to their own vices. In the dark, cold nights of the Norse lands, the Draugr, the undead guardians of the grave, rise from their burial mounds. These fearsome beings are said to possess supernatural strength and are often depicted as protectors of the treasures buried with them. The Draugr are more than mere monsters. They are reflections of Norse beliefs about death and the afterlife. They represent the idea that the dead continue to play a role in the world of the living. Their tales are often cautionary, warning of the consequences of greed and disrespect towards the dead. The stories of the Draugr also speak to the Norse understanding of death as a part of life, a natural and inescapable reality. The Draugr, in their terrifying glory, serve as a reminder of the power and presence of the ancestors in the lives of the living. In Norse mythology, Valkyries are the majestic and powerful warrior maidens who serve Odin, the All-Father. Their primary role is to choose the most heroic of those who have died in battle and bring them to Valhalla, where they prepare to aid the gods during Ragnarok. Valkyries are depicted as formidable and noble, riding on horseback, equipped with shining armor and weapons. The Valkyries are symbols of honor, bravery, and the glory of battle. They represent the Norse belief in a heroic afterlife for those who die valiantly. The Valkyries also embody the idea that death in battle is not the end, but a transition to a greater existence. Tales of the Valkyries inspire awe and respect, painting a picture of the battlefield as a place of not just carnage, but of honor and destiny. The Einherjar are the souls of the bravest warriors, chosen by the Valkyries to reside in Valhalla until Ragnarok. In Valhalla, these warriors engage in daily battles, honing their skills for the final cataclysmic event. At night, their wounds heal, and they feast on the meat of the boar Ymir, which would magically be born again in the morning. The concept of the Einherjar reflects the Norse culture's valorization of bravery in battle and the honor of dying a heroic death. These warriors are not only symbols of courage and prowess, but also embodiments of the Norse belief in an afterlife where honor and valor continue to define one's existence. Heidrun, the mystical goat in Valhalla, feeds on the leaves of Yggdrasil and produces mead for the Einherjar. This mead, flowing from her udders, provided an endless supply for the warriors who feasted and prepared for Ragnarok. Heidrun's role in Valhalla underscores the importance of mead in Norse culture, not just as a beverage, but as a symbol of divine sustenance and the rewards awaiting heroes in the afterlife. Her presence highlights the interconnectedness of all life in Norse mythology, linking the cosmic tree Yggdrasil to the daily lives of the Einherjar. The tales of Heidrun reflect the Norse people's reverence for the nourishing aspects of nature and their belief in an afterlife where the valorous continue to thrive and prepare for the final battle. Eikthrunr is a majestic stag that stands atop Valhalla, the hall of slain warriors. Dripping from his antlers is the water that falls into the wellspring Hvergelmir, from which all rivers flow. Eikthrunr is a symbol of life and sustenance, his presence signifying the endless cycle of nature's bounty. The connection between Eikthrunr and Yggdrasil highlights the interconnectedness of all life in Norse cosmology. The stag's role in nourishing the world tree underscores the importance of every creature in maintaining the balance of the universe. Eikthrunr's symbolism extends beyond Norse mythology, representing the cycle of life, renewal, and the nurturing aspect of nature. The mare in Norse mythology is a malevolent entity believed to cause nightmares. This spectral figure, often depicted as a demonic woman, sits on the chests of sleeping individuals, weaving bad dreams and inducing a feeling of suffocation. The mare's nocturnal assaults symbolize the unexplained phenomena of night terrors and sleep paralysis. In Norse culture, these experiences were often attributed to supernatural forces, with the mare being a prime example. This entity reflects the human attempt to make sense of and give form to the terrors that lurk in the dark, unexplored corners of the mind. Lyngbakr, a mythical creature of the North Seas, was known as the largest whale in the Seven Seas. This immense beast, often mistaken for an island, was said to be so vast that unsuspecting sailors would anchor on its back. When Lyngbakr dove into the ocean depths, it would drag the ships along, sending them to a watery grave. In Norse maritime folklore, Lyngbakr symbolized the unpredictable and often treacherous nature of the sea. Sailors revered and feared this colossal whale, as it represented the immense power and mystery of the ocean. The tales of Lyngbakr swallowing entire ships whole added to the aura of danger that surrounded seafaring in the Norse world. This legendary whale also had a significant influence on maritime legends and literature. It is believed that the story of Lyngbakr inspired Herman Melville's famous novel Moby Dick, where a similarly gargantuan white whale becomes the obsession of Captain Ahab. Lyngbakr's story reflects the timeless fascination and fear that humanity has held towards the vast and unexplored oceans. Hafgufa, the monstrous sea creature of Norse mythology, was a massive fish that lurked in the ocean's depths, often described as more island than living creature. Known as the mother of all sea monsters, Hafgufa's presence was a source of terror for sailors and sea travelers. Legend has it that Hafgufa could swallow entire whales, ships, and men, making it the epitome of the ocean's hidden dangers. The creature's enormous size and fearsome reputation made it a common subject of Norse sailors' tales and warnings. It represented the perilous and uncharted aspects of the sea, a reminder of the unknown horrors that could be lurking beneath the waves. The tales of Hafgufa were not just stories of fear, they also embodied the respect and awe the Norse had for the sea. This sea monster, with its unfathomable size and appetite, highlighted the importance of caution and respect for the natural world, particularly the untamed and mysterious ocean. The Kraken, a legendary sea monster of Norse mythology, is one of the most fearsome creatures of the deep. Described as a giant, tentacled beast, it was said to dwell off the coasts of Norway and Greenland, terrorizing sailors and fishermen. The Kraken's fearsome reputation comes from its alleged ability to create whirlpools and drag ships down to the ocean depths. Its immense size and power made it a formidable opponent, and its presence in Norse myths symbolized the unpredictable and dangerous nature of the sea. The Kraken's influence extended beyond Norse mythology into popular culture and literature, inspiring awe and terror in equal measure. Its depiction in folklore and art has shaped our perception of sea monsters, making the Kraken a symbol of the mysteries and terrors lurking in the unexplored corners of the world's oceans. Berserkers, while not being a creature, were legendary warriors of Norse mythology. They were known for their ferocity and unparalleled strength in battle. These warriors would enter a trance-like state of fury known as Berserker Rage, which made them formidable opponents feared by friends and foes alike. The origins of the Berserkers are shrouded in mystery, but they were often associated with the god Odin, symbolizing the raw, primal aspect of battle. Their battle frenzy, possibly induced by ritualistic practices or the consumption of certain substances, allowed them to fight with reckless abandonment, impervious to pain or fear. In Norse society, Berserkers held a unique place, revered for their fighting prowess, but also feared for their uncontrollable nature. They were often called upon for challenging battles where their rage could turn the tide. However, their unpredictable nature also made them somewhat outcasts, living on the fringes of society. The legend of the Berserkers underscores the Norse culture's emphasis on warrior virtues and the fine line between heroism and madness. They embody the spirit of the warrior at its most extreme, where the ecstasy of battle overcomes all rational thought. The Huldra, a captivating entity in Norse folklore, is a forest spirit known for her enchanting beauty and allure. Often depicted as a stunning woman with long hair and a cow's tail, she embodies the mystery and allure of the forest. Huldra is said to seduce unsuspecting men, leading them into the depths of the forest, never to return. Tales of Huldra interactions with humans are both alluring and cautionary. They speak of the dual nature of the forest, its capacity to nurture and its potential danger. In some stories, Huldra is kind, helping lost travelers or rewarding those who are kind to her with good fortune. In others, she is vengeful, punishing those who mistreat her or the forest. Huldra symbolizes the enchanting yet dangerous aspects of nature. She represents the untamed wilderness, both in its beauty and perils, reminding humans of the respect and caution it demands. In the verdant forests and beneath the towering mountains of Norse lands, the Vetir, or nature spirits, played an essential role in the Norse understanding of the world. These spirits, while not being one thing in particular, took many forms. They were the spirit that existed in all things, from gods to giants, elves to dwarves, and other mystical beings, each connected to specific aspects of the natural world. The Vanir were not limited to living beings, though. They were also the spirits of stones, and trees, forests, and mountains. Everything in the universe had a Vanir associated to it, each integral to the health and prosperity of their respective realms. In Norse folklore, the belief of the Vanir stems from a form of animism, a belief that objects, places, plants, natural phenomena, just about everything in the universe, has a soul or spirit. These Vanir were respected and honored, as it was believed they could bless or curse humans depending on how they were treated. This respect underscored the Norse culture's understanding of the interconnectedness of all life and the importance of living in harmony with the natural world. Gullinbursti, the golden-bristled boar, is a magnificent creature in Norse mythology, symbolizing prosperity, protection, and the triumph of light over darkness. Created by the dwarves Sindri and Brokr, Gullinbursti was gifted to the god Freyr, who rode it through the night sky, its golden bristles shining brightly enough to illuminate Freyr's path. Gullinbursti's creation was part of a wager between Loki and the dwarf Brokr, showcasing the dwarves' unmatched skills. The boar's golden bristles, which glowed in the dark, represented not just physical light, but also the hope and life-affirming aspects of light. In tales involving Freyr and Gullinbursti, the boar is often seen as a protector, fiercely defending Freyr and symbolizing the prosperity and fertility that Freyr brought to the land and its people. Gullinbursti's presence in Norse mythology highlights the importance of animals as more than mere beasts, but as sacred companions and symbols of divine powers. Hugin, meaning thought, and Munin, meaning memory, are the two ravens that accompany Odin, the Allfather. Each day they fly across the world, Midgard, gathering information and return to Odin to whisper all that they have seen and heard. The roles of Hugin and Munin are crucial to Odin, who is renowned for his quest for knowledge and wisdom. These ravens symbolize the importance of thought and memory, not just as abstract concepts, but as essential tools in the quest for understanding the world and making wise decisions. Their daily flights represent the never-ending search for knowledge and the transient nature of memory. In Norse culture, Hugin and Munin hold a significant place, reflecting the value placed on intelligence, consciousness, and the human mind's power. They remind us that even the mightiest of gods seek counsel and value the power of knowledge. Lindworms in Norse mythology are serpent-like dragons, often depicted as massive, limbless serpents. These creatures appear in various Norse legends and sagas, embodying the primal and dangerous aspects of the natural world. Lindworms, with their fearsome appearance and often destructive nature, play a significant role in Norse tales. They are commonly seen as guardians of treasures or as formidable challenges to be overcome by heroes. The Lindworm symbolize the untamed and perilous aspects of the world, representing the chaos and danger that lie beyond the borders of human civilization. The appearance of Lindworms in Norse folklore speaks to the culture's understanding of the natural world as both a source of awe and a realm of danger. They are reminders of the mysteries and fears that ancient people associated with unexplored lands and unknown threats. The 9 daughters of Aegir and Ran are personifications of the different types of ocean waves in Norse mythology. Each daughter represents a unique aspect of the sea, from gentle ripples to raging tempests. Their names are Himingleva, Dufa, Blauduhada, Hefring, Udur, Hrun, Bilgja, Drofn, and Kolga. These sea goddesses play significant roles in Norse tales, often interacting with gods and mortals alike. They are integral to the Norse understanding of the ocean, a realm that was both vital for survival and a source of great mystery and danger. Their influence is particularly pronounced in seafaring and coastal Norse culture, where the sea was a central part of life. The stories and myths surrounding the 9 daughters of Aegir and Ran highlight the respect and awe the Norse people had for the sea. They acknowledged its power and unpredictability, and these goddesses embodied the myriad faces of the ocean. Svadilfari, a powerful and magnificent horse, played a crucial role in Norse mythology. He belonged to a giant builder who offered to construct a fortification for the gods in return for the goddess Freya, the sun and the moon. Svadilfari, with his incredible strength, nearly enabled the giant to complete the task on time. However, Loki, in the form of a female horse, lured Svadilfari away, ensuring the gods' victory. Eventually, Svadilfari caught up to Loki, and their interaction led to the offspring Sleipnir. Sleipnir, an 8-legged horse, is considered the best of all horses and is ridden by Odin. Sleipnir's remarkable speed and strength make him unmatched in Norse mythology. He symbolizes swiftness, power, and reliability, reflecting the high regard in which horses were held in Norse culture. Norse mythology, with its rich array of gods, giants, and mythical creatures, reflects the beliefs, values, and struggles of the Norse people. These myths offer insights into their understanding of the world, nature, and human existence. The themes of honor, bravery, fate, and the cyclical nature of life and death are prevalent throughout these stories. The influence of these myths extends far beyond their origins, continuing to captivate the imagination in modern culture and media. They have inspired countless works of literature, art, and entertainment, showcasing their timeless appeal and relevance. These mythical beings, with their complex characters and intricate narratives, continue to provide a window into the ancient Norse worldview, offering a glimpse into a culture that revered the natural world, honored bravery and wisdom, and sought to understand the mysteries of life and death. Thank you all for watching all the way to the end. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed making it. What did you think? Did I miss any notable beings or creatures? Let me know in the comments below. If this is your first time watching one of my videos, then welcome to the channel. I hope I earned a like and subscription in your eyes. If not, that's okay. I'll keep making videos until I do earn it. If you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for your continued support. I truly appreciate all the views, likes, subscriptions, and kind words and messages. Without you, this channel wouldn't be here today. That's it for now. I hope to see you all in the next one.